Whoever breaks a fast, the only obligation upon him is to make it up, regardless of whether he broke it by eating, drinking, intentionally vomiting, performing hijama, cupping, or directly ejaculating. However, whoever breaks their fast because of sexual intercourse must make it up and free a slave. If that is not possible, then they must fast 2 months consecutively. If they're not able to fast 2 months consecutively, then they should feed 60 miskeen, poor people. The Prophet ﷺ said, in the meaning of which, whoever forgets while fasting and eats or drinks something, then he should complete his fast, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was the one who fed him and gave him drink, agreed upon. He also said ﷺ, in the meaning of which, the people will remain upon goodness as long as they hasten to break their fast, agreed upon. He also said, in the meaning of which, ﷺ, eat suhoor, the pre-dawn meal, for indeed there is barakah, blessings in suhoor, agreed upon. He also said ﷺ, in the meaning of which, when one of you breaks his fast, then he should break it with a date. If he does not have any, then let him break it with water, for verily it is purifying. Narrated by the five, Imam Ahmad, Abi Dawood, At-Tirmidhi, An-Nisa'i, and Ibn Majah. The Prophet ﷺ said, in the meaning of which, whoever does not abandon false speech, acting upon it, and ignorance, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has no need for his abandoning food and drink. Narrated by Imam al-Bukhari. He also said, ﷺ, in the meaning of which, whoever dies while having something outstanding fasts to be made up, then his guardian fasts on his behalf, agreed upon. That which is intended is that whoever was able to make up his fasts but didn't till he died, then it is legislated for his wali to fast on his behalf, and the wali is the inheritor. The Prophet ﷺ was asked about fasting on the day of Arafah. So he replied, in the meaning of which, ﷺ, it wipes out the sins of the past year and the remaining year. He was asked about fasting on Ashura. So he replied, ﷺ, in the meaning of which, it wipes out the sins of the past year. He was asked about fasting on Mondays. So he replied, ﷺ, in the meaning of which, on that day I was born, and on that day I was sent, or on that day I was given the revelation. Narrated by Imam Muslim. He also said, in the meaning of which, ﷺ, whoever fasts Ramadan and then follows it with 6 days of Shawwal, it is as if he fasted a lifetime. Narrated by Imam Muslim. Abu Dharr radiallahu anhu said, the Prophet ﷺ commanded us to fast 3 days out of the month, the 13th, 14th, and 15th. Narrated by An-Nisa'i and At-Tirmidhi. Also, the Prophet ﷺ prohibited fasting on 2 days, the days of Eid al-Fitr and the day of An-Nahr, agreed upon. He said, in the meaning of which, ﷺ, the days of Tashriq are for eating, drinking, and remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, narrated by Imam Muslim. He also said, in the meaning of which, none of you should fast on Friday except by fasting either a day before it or a day after it, agreed upon. He ﷺ said, in the meaning of which, whoever fasts during Ramadan with sincere iman, seeking to attain Allah's reward, then his sins will be forgiven. Whoever stands during Laylatul Qadr with sincere iman, seeking to attain Allah's reward, then his past sins will be forgiven, agreed upon. The Prophet ﷺ would observe i'tikaf during the last 10 days of Ramadan until his death. Afterward, his wives observed i'tikaf, agreed upon. Travel is not undertaken except to 3 mosques, Masjid al-Haram, my masjid, and Masjid al-Aqsa, agreed upon.